Long before the first cities rose from the dust, long before the written word etched itself into stone and papyrus, long before the myriad languages we speak today even existed, our world was home to a different kind of human. Imagine, if you will, the vast, sun-drenched plains of Africa over 300,000 years ago. Here, under an immense, ageless sky, our story begins. It's a story that isn't just about the past. It's the very foundation of who we are today, a journey of survival, innovation, and expansion that is arguably the greatest story ever told. Our tale, however, doesn't start with us, but with our distant ancestors, millions of years earlier. Picture a world teeming with life, a prehistoric African landscape where the air hummed with the sounds of unfamiliar creatures. Here lived hominids like Australopithecus afarensis, a name you might know by its famous fossil representative, Lucy. Discovered in 1974, Lucy's skeleton revealed a groundbreaking truth. She and her kind walked upright, a pivotal step, quite literally, in our evolutionary journey. Yet, they weren't fully committed to the ground. Their long arms and curved fingers suggest they were still at home in the trees, seeking refuge and sustenance among the branches. This dual existence, walking the land but sleeping in the canopy, was a crucial adaptation, a bridge between two worlds that set the stage for everything that would follow. Then, about 2.5 million years ago, a new character entered the scene, Homo habilis, which translates to handyman. And for good reason. This species marks a revolutionary leap in our lineage, the moment we became creators. Close your eyes and imagine the scene. An early human sitting with focused intent, striking one stone against another. With each calculated blow, sharp flakes splinter off, creating the first deliberately crafted tools. These weren't just rocks, they were keys. Keys to unlocking new food sources, to butchering scavenged carcasses, to defending against predators. This act of creation, this simple yet profound innovation, was more than just a new survival tactic. It was the dawn of technology, the first flicker of a fire that would one day power civilizations. The handyman didn't just make tools, they made a future. Following in the footsteps of the toolmakers came a true pioneer, Homo erectus, the upright man. This species didn't just walk upright, they walked out. They were the first of our ancestors to harness and control one of nature's most powerful forces, fire. Picture a group gathered around a crackling hearth under a blanket of prehistoric stars. The fire provided not just warmth against the chilling night and protection from unseen dangers, but also a way to cook food. Cooking made nutrients more accessible, fueling the growth of larger, more energy-hungry brains. Empowered by this new technology and a more robust physique, Homo erectus embarked on an unprecedented adventure. They became the first great explorers, venturing far beyond their African homeland. Their fossil remains have been found across Asia and parts of Europe, a testament to their incredible adaptability and relentless drive to see what lay beyond the next horizon. Fast forward to around 300,000 years ago, back in the heart of Africa. A new kind of human appears, taller with a flatter face and a high, rounded skull, housing a brain structured remarkably like our own. This was Homo sapiens, us. If you were to see them across a riverbank, clad in simple animal skins, their intelligent, curious expressions might seem uncannily familiar. These were our direct ancestors, the first people who looked and, in many fundamental ways, thought like we do. The emergence of Homo sapiens wasn't just another step in evolution, it was a quantum leap. It marked the arrival of a species with the potential for complex language, abstract thought, and intricate social structures that would eventually allow them to reshape the entire planet. But what was our secret? What gave us the edge in a world filled with creatures that were stronger, faster, and armed with sharper claws and teeth? Our strength wasn't physical. It was cognitive. It was the power of imagination and the profound advantage of cooperation. Imagine a scene around a fire, no longer just for warmth, but as the heart of a community. Here, knowledge is shared, stories are told, and bonds are forged. Elders teach the young how to knap flint, mothers comfort their children, hunters plan their next move. This ability to work together, to share intentions, to build trust, and to imagine future possibilities allowed us to achieve what no single individual could. We outthought our challenges. We out-cooperated our competitors. Our brains became our most formidable weapon and our most versatile tool. Then, about 70,000 years ago, fueled by this unique cognitive toolkit, our ancestors began their greatest journey. A small group of Homo sapiens walked out of Africa, embarking on an epic migration that would see them populate every corner of the globe. It was a journey fraught with peril, across scorching deserts, dense jungles, and frozen tundras. Following coastlines, chasing herds, driven by curiosity and necessity, they spread. An animated map would show glowing lines of migration creeping out from Africa, branching across the Middle East, weaving through Asia, pushing into the icy expanses of Europe, and eventually crossing the sea to Australia and the land bridge to the Americas. It was the ultimate story of exploration and endurance, a testament to the indomitable human spirit. And they were not alone. As our ancestors moved across these new lands, they encountered other types of humans who had left Africa in earlier waves. In the cold valleys of Europe and Western Asia, they met the Neanderthals, a robust and intelligent species that had thrived there for hundreds of thousands of years. In the caves of Siberia and the mountains of Tibet, they found the Denisovans, a more mysterious branch of the human family tree known to us from just a handful of bones and the genetic legacy they left behind. These encounters were complex. Sometimes they led to conflict and competition for resources. But we also know they were sometimes intimate. DNA evidence reveals that our ancestors interbred with both Neanderthals and Denisovans. Many of us today carry a small percentage of their genes, a living echo of these ancient meetings between long-lost relatives. From those first, tentative sparks struck from flint, to the flickering warmth of the first controlled fires, to the dazzling, sprawling lights of our modern cities, our journey has been one of continuous evolution. Look at a city skyline at night. Each point of light can be seen as a descendant of that ancient campfire, a symbol of our collective power, our shared knowledge, and our unceasing drive to build, to connect, and to illuminate the darkness. The journey that began on the African savanna never truly ended. It simply transformed. We traded stone tools for silicon chips and migration on foot for voyages to the stars, but the fundamental impulse to explore, to innovate, and to understand remains unchanged. So, the next time you look in the mirror, remember that you are looking at the culmination of a multi-million-year-old story. Every cell in your body carries the whispers of that ancient world, a genetic library containing the history of our species, the resilience that saw us through ice ages, the creativity that sparked the first tools, the cooperation that built civilizations. It's all within you. We are not just from history. We are history, walking, breathing, and dreaming. The footprints of our ancestors are not lost to the past. They lead directly to us, and we now decide where they will lead next. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey. If you found this story as fascinating as we do, please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel, Footprints of the Past, where history walks right beside us.